Fixture's been out 2 weeks now, and therefore we should be ready to roll after a whole week's matches last week, and another set yesterday, and 1 and 3 more today. Let's start stepping up. That's professionalism we're aiming for. Let's get there.
You don't have to worry about blackouts when other captains run out of energy. Unicef lasts up to 10 times longer. So this season, be ready for what goes out.
Sorry. Let me know.
19th February 2023. Brilliant day of sunshine, Keith. Nice breezes from the east to west. And in front of us this evening, Empire in the blue jerseys and up against the MappWest Haggett Hall in the 3 p.m. encounter. Haggett Hall, we understand, had a little mix-up with their kit this evening, and it's on its way, but obviously the game has to go on. So most of the players are dressed in the bibs, those bright fluorescent yellow bibs. We'll be able to take you through this one until they can actually get kit sorted out. But for sure, Empire, in their change strip, last week they would have been in a red strip. Today they're in blue, and at present, we're just about 9 minutes on the clock. 0-0 the score between Empire Masters and the MappWest Haggett Hall. Good evening, Keith.
Blessings, Trav, and good evening also. It is nice to know that we're here again, and hopefully we'll see some exciting football today with plenty of goals. The colours very fluorescent on the field. Will produce some magical style and flair. We wait to see. 0-0 the scoreline, 9 minutes gone. Empire 0, Haggett Hall 0.
So into the 10th minute we go. Haggett Hall with the left foot strike. Ball coming off the defender last and all the way into the goalkeeper. As Empire now take possession with Rodney Barker. He'll play a midfield role this evening. And he has a number of players that would have played at the highest level for the national team. I will be able to identify them for you as they touch the ball this evening. 10 minutes into it at this point as well. And Empire coming forward now. That's a nice potted ball over to the right-hand side. He'll look for a pass, cuts it inside now, and a bit too much on it for Gabriel Goring, wearing that distinctive silver grey beard at 50. And there's Barker. He's been obstructed, and referee Bob Moses says, I agree. He was obstructed by another top man, a top striker to be precise, David Ward. Also a coach of high repute as he takes charge of the
see you guys here at the Empire World. Definitely, you have a pleasure in this video.
I definitely did. National team for sure. That's number one. And then I believe being hard in getting involved in the Ball to Rodney Barker, the former Barbados right back in the early 90s. Spreading it wide to the right-hand side and brings Scott into play. Barker with the low 1-2. Ball coming off the defender, and he reaps the rewards of getting the possession at the same time as well. Here's Ricardo Clark, alias Dovey, on that right-hand side. Spreading it wide again, leading ball played in towards Goring, who shoots. Good save from the keeper, and out for a corner kick. First corner kick, I believe, to Empire in this first half, as we continue to propel towards two other matches, Keith. The 4 p.m. kickoff between Paradise Masters 50's edition and RxPro Vintage Masters, and then BlackRock Masters against the brand new team, Carlton-Wanderers at 5. Corner kick. Floated far side. Ball given up rather cheaply. Here comes Haggett Hall down the left. Remember, as they continue to wait on their actual change trip to come, Empire in the all blue, and we'll pick up the players from here. It is Goring, pass one. He tickles it past him. He spreads it wide out to this left-hand side. Finds Adrian A.A. Warner. Warner is fouled.
Well, at the moment, Trevor,
on the left.
surely Empire pulling all the strings. All they're lacking is that early goal. Haggard Hall pushed back in the defensive third, and Empire resolute, ambitious, and hopefully they'll open the scoring soon. Free kick on the left-hand side of midfield. Empire 0, Haggard Hall 0.
Floated inside, onto the crossbar, and away by some good defensive work. And then prodded to the left-hand side. A nice clean pair of heels from that player on the far side. He goes one-on-one. In fact, he changes his mind. He does go one-on-one, and eventually he's dispossessed. Empire with the ball now, and looking to create a few chances. It's the triangle. Down the right-hand side they go. That's a bit of a hospital pass. Gets the treatment, and then wins it back in the process. Ball played down the lane. Goring on his bike, sprinting away. He'll cut inside, find Barker, and then the return pass. But Goring isn't on the same page, Keith. He's not reading from the same script, and the ball goes over the touchline for a Haggett Hall goal kick.
Well, Barker, when he came into the midfield, should have switched that ball down the left-hand side. But again, Empire probing, searching. Will they find that opening to score the opening goal? Haggard Hall will need to be a little more organized and more resolute there in the midfield, so to stop Empire from attacking down the right-hand side of midfield. But in an evenly contested game so far, it is Haggard Hall 0, Empire in blue 0.
So we're creeping towards that half-time. And we're also creeping towards a 5 p.m. kickoff in this second match. In fact, a 4 p.m. kickoff, sorry, in the Paradise Masters 50's edition versus RxPro Vintage Masters. And following that one, BlackRock Masters coming up against a brand new team in Carlton-Wanderers 50's. Here's Haggett Hall fighting, 2-0. All the way back to the defense and then cleared into the evening sky. As they come charging forward, it's 2-on-1 on that right-hand side. If he uses the ball well, then they'll be in with a chance here. They've been forced back, however. Good strong tackle coming in from Adrian Warner. And then we're seeing Horace Knight getting involved in his first real action, I believe, for the season. I don't remember seeing Horace on the last team sheet, but he's here this evening, surely playing for Empire, with evidence from our cameramen as well. And with just minutes on the clock before the halftime whistle, I would think that Empire would have thought by now they should have scored a goal. If they don't get one now, it's their own fault if Haggett Hall manages to get the mandatory 11 players and come back strong in the second half.
Well, that is so true. Empire probe and search, couldn't find a goal. Haggett Hall resolute at times, a little disorganized because they're losing possession of the ball much too easily in the midfield. They go far down the left. Empire under a little pressure at the moment, leading ball, probing and searching. Here we go again with Haggard Hall. They've gone through, that's a foul. But the one thing I can say about Haggard Hall, even though they did not have 11 players at the beginning, they have battled their way after 20 minutes and have not conceded, Trev. So you have to give them lots of credit for being so resolute at the back.
Yeah, surely they've been able to put together not plan A, but plan B. As you said, if the numbers aren't right, then pack your defense, maintain possession of the ball, make sure the opposition doesn't score until those other guys are actually in sight, and then you can switch and swap as you like to get your strongest 11 onto the pitch. We do know that in Barbados that the families do get involved on a Sunday with the church service and so on, Keith, as well as getting back home to cook lunch and so on. So the 3 o'clock game is always the most difficult one to get going. And in this case, we're seeing some evidence of that here this evening, where Haggard Hall was struggling for the 11 at the beginning, but they certainly have what looks like a good amount here now this evening to match up against the Empire Masters.
Well, Haggard Hall has one of the most lethal strikers I've seen in Barbados football as a youth player, a national junior player. I remember him traveling to Princeton with the national youth team, and he has scored, just like you, Trevor, goal after goal. David Ward. He hit some smashing shots from all kind of angles, but in this Haggard Hall team, he's playing in the midfield, and he would have to show some of his skill and expertise, because he's also the coach of Notre Dame in the Premiership. But he has been a prolific scorer over the years, left, right, center. He can score any goal. I've seen him run goalkeepers, so you can imagine. But now he's playing in the midfield for Haggard Hall. Haggard Hall 0, Empire 0.
So as we head towards the halftime whistle, I'm expecting it anytime soon. The two teams battling toe-to-toe, boot-to-boot, Keith, head-to-head as well. And still no goals here. It's Empire Masters 0, Map Haggard Hall 0.
Well, 0-0 the scoreline. One would be brave to say that either team will score based on what we've seen so far in the opening 20 minutes. But this is Empire again. This is the umpteenth time they've gone down the right-hand side looking to probe, search, and open up some room. Empire 0. They go forward again. This can be very, very interesting just before halftime. Plays the ball inside, leading ball. He wouldn't get that today, nor tomorrow, nor next year. 0-0. Haggard Hall 0, Empire 0.
So that's that deadly combination, Keith. The one between Rodney Barker and I believe that's Travis Scott on that far side, as they look to prod and probe and make sure that they can get something out of this game. And they're pressing, and the referee is also blowing his whistle for the halftime here at the Empire facility. Empire 0, MappWest Haggard Hall 0. Lots more to look forward to in the second half as both teams get stronger, Keith. And with your summation, before we go to that halftime whistle, the next two teams, Paradise Masters 50s edition and RxPro Vintage Masters, you're up next. And you're going to go bang on time for the 4 p.m. encounter. So get yourself set and ready. Team sheets and so on to the communication center here. And we'll join us in the second half for more action here. Keith?
In a lackluster 25 minutes, neither team has scored. I believe when the coaches speak with his respective teams, they will be much more organized, and hopefully we'll get some goals. Masters football is all about creativity and goals. So 0-0 the scoreline after 25 minutes. We pause for good cause.
The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers. Ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping, football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Mayrod Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Seafans Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Seafans Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
Be prepared when the power goes out. And with Duracell, you don't have to worry about blackouts when other batteries run out of energy. Duracell lasts up to 10 times longer, so it turns into the perfect moment for you to play with your kids with flashlights and shadows, no problem. This season, be ready when the power goes out. Duracell lasts up to 10 times longer.
Good evening, sir. Blessings, man. Respect. All right.
And a pleasant evening and welcome back to our live coverage of the first game of the evening. Second half action, to be precise. And you're viewing the blue jerseys, blue shorts, and red socks of Empire going from left to right in this half. And they're up against MappWest Highgate Hall in the red strip, the red jerseys, black shorts, black socks. Current score 0-0. And just a few minutes into the second half, it's the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament 50's edition. OBL-FIT, Empire in possession. And as I said before, kicking from left to right. As we say, a pleasant evening again to Mr. Keith Grell-Griffith, BSS, my co-commentator for the evening.
Well, Empire has restarted the second half just as they did in the first half, probing and searching. They can't find at the moment, and one has to give Highgate Hall credit for being strong defensively. And at the moment, Empire, they have won a corner on the left-hand side of midfield. So Empire now looking to open the account. Highgate Hall looking to defy them. We wait to see what will happen from the left-sided corner.
So corner kick in. It's a stooping, attacking header. Doesn't really produce the goods. As we say, good evening to the referees, coordinators, just tuning on in and making their presence felt. Brand new haircut as well from Mr. Malcolm. Looking like a young boy there, sir. And
brand new haircut, I like that one.
Brand new. Obviously just been to the barbers and looking sharp as a razor. Up next, we standing by for Paradise Masters 50's edition. And this evening, they have a tough nut to crack in RxPro Vintage Masters. But it's been done before. And if Paradise bring their A game, then RxPro will need to watch out. But RxPro also have a number of top Masters players, Keith. One I'll describe it. I'll be describing, and you can probably give me the name in just a little bit. But we'll get back to the action first, and then we come back to that second game, which will kick off directly after this one, as the team should be warming up, leading into this particular second matchup. The third one is a crackerjacker between Blackrock Masters and Carlton-Wanderers combination. That's slated for 5, but at this point in time, Empire, again, in possession, still not able to crack the nut, which is the MappWest Highgate Hall, but time will tell, because here's Highgate Hall going down the right-hand side. Bit of miscontrol there from Empire, and they're going to need to tidy up at the back. Nice dribble as well. Current score, Empire 0, Highgate Hall 0.
Well, like you said, Carlton versus Blackrock Masters, that should be a local derby. All two teams relatively coming from the same area. But at the moment, neither Highgate Hall or Empire seem capable of scoring. We are 5 minutes into the second half. The keeper is just relaxing and being very calm, composed and cool. No goals being scored as yet. And surely a goal at either end will lift the tempo up. 0-0, Haggard Hall 0, Empire 0.
So that's a far post ball that didn't really make its way to the target. And Haggard Hall will now come charging forward on the left-hand side, which is Empire's right. 2-3 touches, ball given away. Scott cuts inside. As Empire still trying to make their way towards the 18-yard box, or penalty box, whichever way you want to call it. Here's Haggard Hall. Body check by Graham on the attacker there. Referee sees nothing wrong with it. Neither did I. 50-50. And the ball played wide for Empire now to attack down the right-hand side. Controls it first. We'll look to put it back to the edge of the box here now. Christian turn. Left foot shot coming in. Wide of the mark. For sure.
Well, again, Empire looking the more positive team going forward. A lovely ball down the right, played across the area, but the shot misdirected, always going wide of the left upright. And surely Haggard Hall living dangerously. They don't seem able to put any collective movement together, and their passing will have to improve as we run down the clock in the second half. If they can come away here without conceding to Empire, they would have done very well. Empire, on the other hand, has had 80% of the ball possession, but can't make the final pass to give them that opening goal. So Haggard Hall 0, Empire 0.
So Empire would have introduced one of your favorite left backs, Keith, in Maurice Gaskin, as you can see in front of us.
Oh yes, he's right in front. He's grown in stature and in size.
He plays centrally now, but remember he always had loved the number 5, and therefore presto, he's wearing 5 this evening to bring him luck, and obviously he wants a victory here this evening as well.
I'm certain that when we went to Trinidad, when you were the striker, he was in the squad at left back, along with guys Sobers and Cyril, Lashley, Terry Seeley. Lots of good players. At the moment here we go with Haggard Hall down the left. Can they get the ball across the area? No, they can't. But in the end, they've won a corner kick. I believe, Trevor, if your stats are there with you, this is Haggard Hall's first corner.
Yeah, they've fought hard, Keith, for some possession, and they've been able to turn that possession into a corner kick. They've decided to take it short for some reason and be punished here now. Barker will be released down the right-hand side. He'll sprint away down that right. He has one to challenge, cuts inside, plays the left foot pass. That's a mistake. And Haggard Hall breathing a lot easier, taking possession of it in the middle of the midfield, a little toe poke forward, maintains possession, chest control in the middle of the field as they're knocking around now, showing a bit of skill and guile. Empire now stepping into the process and winning possession. And we just, we're not deep into the second half. We're progressing nicely. Haggard Hall in possession again. If they get a goal here now, this is going to be a whole heap of who's supposed to mark who at some point in time. But at this point in time, Empire in possession, cool heads prevail as the throw-in then finds its way over to the right-hand side. And Empire then pressing forward with Michael Graham. He not necessarily going for the challenge because it would have been 60-40. And the possession given up to Haggard Hall, who took a shot and the ball all the way into Gaskin's hands as Empire continue with the possession.
Well, Empire beginning to go down the left again. They're mainly going down the right. And obviously, they need possession. They need creativity in the midfield. They're lacking that lovely ball, though, down the right. Danger momentarily. Here we go with Empire, Trev.
So they spread it to Michael Graham again. A short pass. That one would have taken him to the QEH or the FMH if he had put his foot into that one. They're going to need to play the ball a lot firmer, Keith, and therefore they'll find the target. When they don't do that, then they invite the tackles that are going to be slightly late and they'll be injured as well. So Empire, perhaps it's a training ground issue where maybe not all the guys are up to mark, and therefore some are passing the ball rather short of the mark, and therefore could invite a tackle that could put their player, their teammate, out of it there. That's a better pass for Gaskin, finding the goalkeeper on this occasion. That's the way to pass it from an ex-national. That's another good pass from the keeper there. And now Empire now starting to put it together with Ricardo Clark, wearing the number 12, down the right-hand side. He finds Gaskin inside. Gaskin takes a little peek up, a little toe poke forward, finds Barker. Good stuff from Empire down the right-hand side. They will release Scott down the right now. He has acres of space to run into. Does so now, surveys the property. And the pass is a wayward one. As you say, good afternoon to Antoinette as she comes strolling in with that beautiful hairstyle as well. Middle of the second half, no goals yet, but perhaps Antoinette could bring some luck for Empire.
Well, I hope they were blessings, and at the moment, though, Empire look the more positive team. They seem to have a lot more creative players in the midfield than Haggard Hall. But what they would have to be careful with is that Haggard Hall can hit a long sweeping ball, and if David Ward can get on the end of it, maybe they could get that opening goal. But the game just about evenly balanced. 0-0 the scoreline. We are midway through the second half. Haggard Hall 0, Empire 0.
So this is Michael Massey Graham. Finds the pass at last. Here we go with Ricardo Clark down the right. He too finds the pass as Empire goes striding down the right-hand side, only to cut back and press the reset button into the midfield again, inviting the tackle for Empire to go into. They've won it back though. This is good stuff from both teams, but Empire a bit more on the aggressive side as well as determined side, Keith. And with that, they've won the ball back on the left, this time to Frank Williams, alias Bengal, into Barker. And they're putting the passes together, they're stringing them together here. And all that's required is the finishing touch. Here's Graham. A nice, decent pass again over to the right-hand side as Empire stretch the Haggard Hall team from right to left. But appears as though a player would have ran offside on this occasion. And the possession then given up as referee Moses points to the spot there. Yep.
Well, we pause again for a good cause. The ball has gone into touch. But surely Empire, having had so much possession, would have hoped to be in the lead, but they just cannot get it right in the final third. Haggard Hall, on the other hand, will be contented that they have not conceded a goal. And with how many minutes left, Trevor?
Well, that'll be up to the referee, Keith, but we're midway into the second half. I believe we probably with another 10 or 12 minutes to go, basically.
Well, there we go down the left-hand side of midfield. Ball played across the area. Intercepted. Here we go with Empire. They will knock it into midfield to Graham. Can he conjure up some magic? Ball played down the left side. Leading ball down the left. Chance here. The ball running away down by the left corner flag. Still, Empire looking, probing, searching, can't find. They need to cut the ball across the area much earlier and much better too. Haggard Hall, defensively well organized, have denied Empire as Empire will try once again in the midfield. The ball, Empire 0, Haggard Hall 0. This ball will be played on the right-hand side. This is Empire once again. They are very positive when they go down the right, but they just cannot find that final cutting-edge ball that will give them the opening goal. Haggard Hall defensively well organized, very, very determined, and the ball will now be in the midfield. Here we go again. 0-0 the scoreline. Lots of football to be played here later in the evening. Leading ball in pair going forward down the left. Holding the top. 0-0 the scoreline. We wait to see what would happen. But what I can say is that Haggard Hall so far have defended extremely well, and they will be feeling confident that even though they may not score a goal, they will not give away any goals. So Empire nil, Haggard Hall nil. We can see Paradise on the sideline in the gold and black warming up with their match coming up momentarily. Lots of interesting football here at Bank Hall. The Masters looking to dominate here in the local tournament because the international tournament will come up in May. Here we moving forward again. Here Haggard Hall in the midfield. Haggard Hall nil, Empire nil. Former top striker from Empire, very excited about the tournament in general, but as usual, his heart always with Empire. Good ball down the right. Haggard Hall plays it across the area. No problems at all for the keeper. Still 0-0 as we roll from left to right. Ball played. Empire going forward with Graham. Holds it up. He has always been an excellent midfield player, along with his bro, Stephen Graham. Here we go again. Empire has eventually scored. We'll pick it up for you momentarily. It's a way to our right. But if you could have predicted anything, is that Empire looked the better team, making progress time and time again down the right-hand side. And Haggard Hall, they did not seem able to defend on this occasion. So, Haggard Hall nil, Empire 1. We'll confirm the goal score momentarily. Good move from Empire, good finishing from Empire, and eventually they have taken the lead. Can Haggard Hall hit back? I'm not sure about that. They've not done a lot in the offensive turn. Neither have they kept the ball as well as they should have. You need ball possession if you're going to score a goal, or you need to play a killer pass inside the opponent's defense. This is Haggard Hall on the right-hand side of midfield. They go forward once again. Empire leading at the moment by 1-0. Wherever you are, please come and join us here at Bank Hall. If you can't, you can go on YouTube and pick up the live streaming commentary. Trevor has gone away to get some information. He'll be back momentarily. We still wait for at least a shot from the Haggard Hall team. It's 1-0 to Empire. Haggard Hall defending, plays it back into the defense. They will try to sweep it outside. They've been dispossessed once again. Empire leading on the night. I keep saying night, but it's really a bright evening. Empire 1, Haggard Hall 0. The ball is played across the area. This is Empire going forward once again, but a shot come in, we wait to see. Empire looking to go get goal number 2. This must be goal 2, but he is straight offside. Very, very, very interesting there. We wait and we wait, because Empire leading by 1-0. Haggard Hall, colorful in the orange or tangerine, as we will say. They search, but they just can't find. Leading ball in the middle. Defensively, Empire very, very solid. Here we go. Haggard Hall, a lovely leading ball. Cut out at the back. And Empire will defend them and defend the goal once again. So, still, Empire leading and probing forward. Down the right side, intercepted by Haggard Hall. Ball played down the right, will run away into touch, I believe. No, Haggard Hall keeps it in. They will try again. Cut it across the area. Good defensive work by the Empire defenders. And the ball is with Empire in blue once again. The possession of Empire has been excellent, whereas Haggard Hall seem a little doubtful, and at times they're giving away the ball much too easily. So Haggard Hall still trailing as we come into the closing minutes of the game. Haggard Hall 0, Empire 1. Trevor is back with us to give the rolling and running commentary. Empire still leading by 1-0. This is Haggard Hall looking to spread it wide. They've given away the ball so often this evening. I knew that they will have to go back to the drawing table. They need a little bit more practice. Every time they make progress on the right-hand side and in the midfield, they somehow lose the way and Empire regains possession. Here we go with Haggard Hall once again. That's a chance there if they can score that one. Oh, it hits the crossbar. It is not there evening for Haggard Hall. Still a chance. Still a chance. I believe that they will have to try another evening. They just can't get the ball into the back of the net. Trevor.
So deep into this, the second half, as we prepare for the second matchup, Paradise Masters 50s edition, and the RxPro Vintage Masters slated for 4, which is just a couple of minutes away. So I believe this one is very close to the finish line here, Keith. And don't forget, directly after the Paradise versus Vintage, it's Blackrock Masters coming up against Carlton-Wanderers, that brand new team, in the local derby of the St. Michael area. There is the final whistle in this one. And with it, 3 points to the Empire Masters over MappWest Haggett Hall. Empire Masters 1, MappWest Haggett Hall 0.
Well, Empire, having been defeated last weekend, have gained the first victory in the tournament. Haggard Hall need to readjust, reorganize, get some more movement and ball possession when they has the ball in the midfield. But Empire always looked the better team, and in the end, deservedly winning by 1-0. Mr. Knight had a good little game for Empire, and he's very happy. But they have now gone to 3 points. Blessings to each and everyone here at the Empire Ground.
So as we head to those advertisements that play the bills here at BIMFC, it's the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT.
C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson, St. Michael, BB11016. Services, excavators, mini, mid and full size. Bobcat, roller, brush cut services, light crane truck, dump truck, heavy equipment transport. Supplies, cement, sand, stone, marl, topsoil soil mix, both load or bag. Rentals, aqua props, scaffold, plywood, generators, hill tee, wheelbarrows, plate compactors and concrete mixers. Telephone 246-424-8529. Mobile 246-230-2219. Fax 246-425-2322. Email cctrucking@caribsurf.com. C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson, St. Michael, 246-424-8529. We aim to please. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers. In a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping, football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
So, as we welcome you back to the live coverage of the 2023 BIMFC's All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT, that's what it's called. Team sheets to the control tower, please, as we get ready for the second matchup. This one is a cracker-jacker of a game. There's the referee's whistle, and in moments' time, we'll be off and running. Paradise Masters 50s edition coming up against RxPro Vintage Masters. Both top teams, both looking for points this evening. And you're in the company of the maestro himself, Mr. Keith Grell Griffith. And yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. That's CSI. Following this particular match, there's the Blackrock Masters versus Carlton-Wanderers in a cracker-jacker of a game. And that is a local derby of the Blackrock and Carlton, St. Michael area of Barbados. And we're looking for fireworks in that one. We can see Emerson Webster sitting comfortably in a Tottenham Hotspur jersey. And he's pumping his chest because they took a victory this afternoon. And he's looking to do the very same thing alongside his partner in Tony Granderson, who's a Real Madrid fan, looks like from here. Paul Jones is there as well inside the Empire Lounge. They're not drinking anything strong at this point. It looks like water to get them rolling as the referee brings this particular match to fruition. It is the Paradise Masters 50s edition, the winners of the BIMFC International Tournament of 2022, coming up against RxPro Vintage Masters in the 4 p.m. matchup. Seconds away from the kickoff. We'll squeeze an ad and come right back with the starting 11s.
C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson, St. Michael, BB11016. Services, excavators, mini, mid and full size. Bobcat, roller, brush cut services, light crane truck, dump truck, heavy equipment transport. Supplies, cement, sand, stone, marl, topsoil, soil mix, both load or bag. Rentals, aqua props, scaffold, plywood, generators, hilti, wheelbarrows, plate compactors and concrete mixers. Telephone 246-424-8529. Mobile 246-230-2219. Fax 246-425-2322. Email cctrucking@caribserve.com. C&C Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson, St. Michael, 246-424-8529. We aim to please. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers. In a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping, football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Lord Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. So we're live and in living colour at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank St Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean for the 2023 Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classics Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT. And first couple of seconds of the second game. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Yes, that's CSI, not Crime Scene Investigation, but Commentator Sports Incorporated. On screen, Paradise Masters 50's edition in the all yellow this evening, going from left to right. And the opposition, the team they want to beat, RxPro Vintage Masters in the all blue, kicking from right to left and looking to score in the Empire goal bar here, right in front of us here at the Empire facility. It's that 4 p.m. match, the critical one. And when this one is done and dusted, Blackrock Masters will come up against Carlton-Wanderers, that brand new collaborative team. And they will look to unseat the pride and industry of the Blackrock Masters. This week, Benfica have the bye. There are 11 teams in the tournament, and therefore somebody needs to rest one of those weekends. The teams in alphabetical order of the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament are Benfica, Blackrock Masters, Carlton-Wanderers, Exactly Unified, MappWest Haggett Hall, Paradise Masters 50's edition, RxPro Vintage Masters, Empire Club, Trent's Masters, Wildy Royalty, and the defending champions, Bayland Masters, who had suffered 2 defeats on the trot and will look to fight back perhaps next week. So 11 teams in it. We're expecting a whole host of 35-year-olds to join us in a replica of what we play here as 50s in 35s, the 35-year-olds. That's a brand new category across the world. And we're lining ourselves up so that when we get to the international tournament, we'll have 35-year-olds this side to play the international 35s that are coming to play tourists here in Barbados, the beautiful island of Barbados in the Caribbean. Here's RxPro Vintage. That's an illegal
interception with the left hand, and immediately our top international referee, Ms. Gillian Martindale in the red jersey this evening, sees it from 15 yards and calls it as she sees it. Free kick taken down the right-hand side to Richard Wood. Wearing the number 2, he looks to float one. Instead of floating it into the 18, he floats it into Andrea Carrington's residence. And we hope that one comes back very, very shortly. We used the wrong technique. And I'm sure the folks on this side of it, even Jerry would have known that if he doesn't get his body around the ball, there's no way it's going to make its way into the 18-yard box. He didn't do that. Perhaps he's not warm enough, and he's learnt his lesson for it. That was a goal kick then to the RxPro Vintage Masters. And like any good statistician, we'll have to give you some statistics on RxPro Vintage Masters. We can do that easily at CSI because we dig into the details. The details will show that last weekend, RxPro Vintage Masters 2, Scotty's Car Rentals, Empire Club 1. So, I'll repeat that, RxPro Vintage Masters 2, Empire Club 1, with goals from Adrian Cumberbatch on 8 minutes, and the second one from Adrian Davis. The Adrians had it last week, scoring the 2 goals to get RxPro Vintage Masters over the line. There was a consolation goal scored by Otis Oliveira on 50 minutes plus 1, a penalty kick giving Empire the lone goal, but RxPro ran out 2-1 winners on Saturday, the 11th of February, 2023.
Well, at the moment, evenly contested game. Paradise, colorful in all yellow, and Vintage in all blue. Trevor, so far in the game, neither team have dominated possession. It's just about equal. And hopefully, as the game continues, you know, we will have some magic in the midfield and some goals. Yes, we'll have some magic in the midfield and some goals, because in the first game, it took Empire quite a time
before they got that important winning goal. Surely, we want an evening of excitement and entertainment. Ball is on the right-hand side of midfield. This is Vintage going forward. Good possession down the right. They will look to probe and search. Leading ball, that's a good ball. One-on-one, can he take his man out? No, he can't. He is straight offside. So Vintage 0, Paradise 0. One of the good things here at Empire Ground, I've seen so much of my sons and former national players and team players. I believe I can come back out of retirement.
So ball making its way over the goal line for a corner kick. I believe that's Eddie Barnett wearing the number 20. A very skillful and confident attacking player. Paradise will need to watch out for his skill and guile this evening. Into the 7th minute we go. Live coverage brought to you with the compliments of our many sponsors. CNC Trucking are involved here. Also the likes of the Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Ayers Meat Shop, and you too can take part in the sponsorship. Contact our social media handles in Trevor Thorne Scores or the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Facebook page. As Paradise take possession, quick short pass to Mark Marshall, double M. Richard Wood gets involved and Jim Bailey steps in, the dreadlock, number 18, I believe it is, for RxPro. Puts the ball over the touchline, and with just about 7 minutes on the clock, headed for the 8th minute. It is 0-0 between the yellow submarine of Paradise Masters 50s edition and the blue, the royal blue of RxPro Vintage Masters. 0-0 after 7.5. Keith.
Well, a very open game. The game lacking a little ebb and flow, but I believe as the game progresses, we'll see a lot more touches in the midfield and more creativity on the flanks. So 0-0 the scoreline. We're waiting for that all-important open goal. Vintage 0, Paradise 0.
So here's Davis with the back heel. Good defensive work from Paradise here as they start very strong this evening, Keith. We'll give it us the starting 11 very shortly. I'm not sure it's going to raise a couple of eyebrows to see the amount of national players that are on display, or former national players that will be on display for the two teams as we get rocking and rolling here at Empire Club. The crowd continues to swell here at Empire. There is no BFA football at the turf this evening, so we suspect a mammoth crowd will make its way over to the Empire facility. The carpet, it's called, because the ball flows rather smoothly here. And we're looking for a few other venues that we can take the whole package, including the live stream, to your venue. Here's Bailey down the left-hand side. He'll look for the pass inside, and easy take for Norbert, the former national keeper in Albert Braffett, Keith, in goal for the Paradise Masters 50s edition.
Well, he went down the left-hand side. He danced and shook the defender, but in the end, the cross never was going to cause any problems for Paradise. And for those Man United fans in Barbados, they are in ecstasy, having won by 3-0. And if they were watching Rashford, maybe they will bring some of that magic and expertise over to Empire. He was in ripping form again today. Rashford shooting left, right, and center. So all United fans, blessings and a wonderful evening. But here, Vintage 0, Paradise 0.
So into the 10th minute we go. Ball down the left into the chest of Andrew Goodin, and then bounces out. Davis will spread it to the left and come back to the right there. And RxPro very smart at what they're doing. They like to switch the point of attack and prod the ball through the spaces, with Davis falling into the inside left and right channels as he's doing now. He's under some pressure. In comes Larry Allen, another former national Barbados defender. Finds Mark Marshall instead of his own player, and he tries to find Richard Wood unsuccessfully. Here's Bailey. Bailey known for his speed and technique on finishing. Here's Bailey up against Marshall. Prods it inside. Finds Fitzroy Ward instead of his own man. And the ball falls now to Eddie Barnett on the right. He'll look to cut it to the inside again as the right foot shot coming in. In fact, that's not really a shot. It's up into the air, into the night sky. And nothing doing for RxPro. They maintain possession on 11 minutes. No goals yet, but lots of midfield ingenuity. But nothing in and around the 18-yard box as yet. Ball to Barnett. Floats one. Far post with the attacking header. Ooh, Bailey. Off target by a couple of inches. He'll need to recalibrate there, Keith, because the goal was gaping and he needed to apply the right technique at the right time, and he didn't have it in his locker.
Well, that was easy as Sunday morning. All he had to do is direct his header onto the back post because he was coming in from the left. A lovely cross, but in the end, he headed it wide, and they will have to try again. Very open game. Vintage looking the more positive of the two teams. Paradise will depend a lot on Woods to create some opportunities for them. But every time I look up, I can see the blue shirts coming forward in numbers and looking very, very good.
"12 minutes of this one. As we say, a pleasant evening to one and all that have made it to the Empire facility, including the referees contingent seated right in front of us, Keith. And with just about 13 minutes on the clock, it is the Paradise Masters 50s edition 0, RxPro Vintage Masters 0.
The ball now again with Vintage. They hold it up in the midfield. Can they find the creativity? Ball down the left. This is Vintage. Ball runs into touch. and it will be a goal kick to Paradise.
So yes, we're back with the technologies here. 14 minutes on the clock as Paradise continue to press and probe, but good goalkeeping again from the RxPro gents, and as they come out of their defense with a long ball to Bailey, takes good control of it and heads towards the Paradise goal now. Has some options with Davis, who plays the little 1-2. Mark Marshall in with a bit of muscle, and RxPro losing possession. Then the leading ball played, the defensive header as well. There's Gooding tidying up at the back, spreading it wide to the left-hand side. And with it, Paradise looking to get in towards the 18-yard box. They haven't done so, and the ball spread to the outside right for RxPro Vintage Masters as they look to take control of this one and perhaps get the first chance at goal. Just about 14, heading towards the 15th minute, Keith. Still can't really pick a winner at this point in time, but surely a very decent game on our hands here at the Empire facility.
Definitely. Vintage, always seemingly purposeful on the offensive. Paradise well organized at the back. They're lacking creativity up in front, and hopefully, should one of the teams score, we will see even more energy. But a very competitive game so far. Vintage 0, Paradise 0.
So as we say, good evening to Adrian Breedy, sneaking in front of the back there for a second. So here we go with Bailey down the left-hand side. He's facing up against Mark Marshall, double M, goes past Marshall like a bullet, cuts the ball across. And instead of finding his own man, he finds goalkeeper Albert Braffett, the former number 1 for Barbados, who picks it cleanly, but they've given up possession again now. This is Larry Aline, looking to float one inside. Doesn't have the precision to do that. Ball cleared away with some good defensive work from Paradise. A nice dummy is sold and bought by the Paradise, by the RxPro man there, in towards Gooding, who spreads it to Richard Wood. Red boots and all, floats one, far side, changing the point of attack again to the left-hand side. Ball cut out at the back. 16 minutes on our clocks here at CSI, Commentator Sports Incorporated. We say a very good evening to even more referees, including Nigel Marshall, the Chief Cook and Bottle Watch of the Referees Association. I believe he's the General Secretary. We also have the President of the Barbados Football Referees Association in the house as well. As we say, good evening to the full crew. And of course, all the fans on the far and near side as well. Welcome to football at its best. The Masters. 3 officials every single matchup. Nice facility. And of course, bar and food on sale. Excellent here. We also have Doc Photography in the house. He's wearing a USA national team jersey, but the camera is definitely working out. I'm almost sure Keith is going to take all pictures, so stand by as he gets set to hit those buttons on that very fancy camera as we look to bring this game to you live from the Empire facility, Pavilion Road, Bank House, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean. 0-0 the score between these two top teams, Paradise Masters 50s edition and RxPro Vintage Masters.
Well, Vintage Masters look the more purposeful going forward, but they've not been able to hit the target so far. And Paradise, with just one strike in the first half, may come back and get that opening goal. But it's wide open at the moment. Paradise going forward just on top of the pitch. And the scoreline reveals that on the evening, Paradise 0, Vintage Masters 0. We wait to see who will open the scoring. In the earlier game, it was all about Empire winning by 1-0 against Haggard Hall.
That goal scored by Rodney Barker, of all people, on 43 minutes. He tapped it home, Keith. And I watched Barker's career over the years and have not seen him score very many goals at all. He's set up a lot, but not really put the ball into the back of the net. So it's a joy to see as he gets to Masters stage now. He's let the shackles go, and he's now turned into a midfielder, heading towards the 18-yard box to finish off anything that is available. And today, he got his first goal of the OBL-FIT season for 2023. Congrats to Rodney Barker. 43 minutes in.
As you speak of him, there he is on the left.
He heads down the stairs, and he's looking to have a beverage or two. And it's his goal that made it Empire Masters 1, MappWest Haggett Hall 0. 3 points to Empire at this point in time. And MappWest Haggett Hall back to the drawing board to think about it all over again.
Here we go with Paradise down the left. Strong tackle coming in. The Paradise team probing, searching. Just can't get the crosses in. They need to release the ball much earlier and try to get some shots on target and test the vintage keeper. 0-0 the scoreline as we roll into the 19th minute of the game.
So as those YouTube numbers continue to climb, Keith, as I can see from my monitors here, I want to say good evening to all of you locked on to the BIMFC Masters YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to get the notifications as to when we're on and covering Masters football. We also do have the ability to cover a lot of other events as well, others sporting and otherwise. So stand by for those social media handles. Ball up for a post, the attacking header. This one going wide of the mark, but Davis gets it, playing defense this time. Spreading it down the left-hand side as RxPro come out of their defense now with a neat little triangle to clear the danger. And on 20 minutes, it is RxPro Vintage Masters 0, Paradise 0. Here comes Eddie Barnett. He's got 2 to dribble. Can't get it done successfully because back in numbers are Paradise, and also in particular Andrew Gooding wearing the number 8 won the eventual tackle, but then got involved in the interception as well, and the ball was taken away from him. Free kick to RxPro, taken quickly on the left, finds Davis. He's directing some traffic past one man. In fact, the pass completed, but then the 1-2 didn't have the quality on it as Elwin Griffith now gets involved, floats one over to the left-hand side, changing the point of attack for Paradise. There's Fitzroy Ward. Again, Paradise with the nice methodical build-up into the middle of the field again. Over this time to Gooding again as the ball gets recycled to Mark Marshall on this right-hand side. Floats a 40-yarder up the pitch. And away go Paradise down the right-hand side this time. One-on-one. He looks to cut it across the box. Ball off the defender last. With just about 21 minutes on the clock. Still no goals here at the Empire Facility, Pavilion Road, Bank St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies in the Caribbean. But at present, Paradise Masters 50s edition 0, RxPro Vintage Masters 0.
What the two teams need to do is that when they get just outside the area is to hit some bombs, even if it don't go in. But they're not shooting, they're passing, and then in the end, the player breaks down. But so far, so good. 0-0 as we roll inside the last 4 minutes of the first half.
So as the large crowd continues to build even further. Remember, there's no BFA football at the BFA Turf Wildy, and therefore the crowd is likely to find its way to the Empire Facility, where they'll have live coverage both on the ground and of course through our YouTube channel. 22 minutes on the clock, 0-0 the score between Paradise Masters 50th edition and RxPro Vintage Masters.
Well, let's say welcome to Blackrock Masters deputy goalkeeper last week. He is injured this week. He is injured and can't play this afternoon, but we saw him last week. Young Purdy dive into his right, denying the opposition, but now he's injured. And at the moment, still no goals. We're 2 minutes away from the end of the first half. Nice crowd building up here, and we are hoping that we can see more goals along with what Empire did in the first game. Paradise 0, Vintage Masters 0.
So breaking news, Keeper, you just looked away for a second. Paradise created a cutting-edge move and put the ball into the old onion bag. So Paradise 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0 after 23 minutes. It is the Yellow Submarine with the first salvo, first goal of the evening, and the RxPro Vintage Masters will have to come fighting back. Just before, in fact, they got about 2.5 minutes, just about 2 minutes to get an equalizer. Otherwise, at half-time, the plaudits will go to the men in yellow of Paradise Masters 50's edition. 1-0 to Paradise over RxPro Vintage Masters. Keith.
Well, at the conclusion of the first 25 minutes, no goals, both teams searching. But it's not the end of the first half, Trevor. They're still playing. We go inside the last few minutes of time added on for stoppages, and maybe they will surprise us and get a goal. Paradise going forward on the right-hand side of midfield. Leading ball, penetrating ball. Good defensive work in the end from Vintage Masters. And remember, Carlton comes up against some tough opponents this evening. They will be playing against Blackrock Masters, who has a number of ex-national players. So, as we roll into the end of the first half here, Vintage 0, Paradise 0. No, I don't know if that is a shot or a kick, but it is more like destined to go in rugby goal bars than here at the Empire Ground.
So we're heading for half-time. Suspect we'll get there very, very shortly. And we're also looking for Blackrock Masters and Carlton-Wanderers to complete their paperwork and get it into us as soon as possible. So if you can report to base. Blackrock is here already. I think Carlton-Wanderers can report to base for their paperwork. Then that can be filled and we can be ready for that 5 p.m. kickoff in another 30 or so minutes. At present, heading towards halftime. Classified halftime, or just before halftime, score has to be Paradise Masters 50th Edition 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0, with seconds of the first half left to play. Keith?
Well, you remember yesterday in England, it was Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2 in time added on for stoppages, and Arsenal came away with a fantastic victory to stay top of the Premiership. The whistle has now gone 0-0 in the game, lacking goals, but very competitive, and we look forward to some goals in the second half. Paradise 0, they're playing in yellow and black, and Vintage in blue 0.
So as you put a pause for a good close onto the halftime clocks here at CSA, a reminder that Paradise are leading 1-0. That's Paradise Masters 50th Edition 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0. Lots more coming up in the second half. But before we get to that, listen carefully and you'll get the dates, etc. for the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, the 26th to the 29th of May 2023. Coming up in a couple months' time, International Masters Football returns to Barbados. As we say good evening to Ronaldo Bigno. The number 8 had a brilliant game in that Empire matchup against the BDF. Bigno, sir, we salute you as he goes charging forward. Second half coming up. Up next, ads from our sponsors.
The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers. In a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping, football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, My Lord Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities. So you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well. including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, the hidden gem, nestled in Infinity on the Beach Hotel in St. Lawrence Gap, is open. We ensure that you can safely enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner in our open-air setting, offering a sumptuous selection of tasty, affordable and locally themed dishes from our popular breakfast, our delectable lunch menu, and let's not forget our mouth-watering dinner. Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant, every day, every meal.
So we go live from the Empire facility here, known as Empire Club, Pavilion Road, Bank House, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentators Sports Incorporated, CSI. And alongside me this evening, the maestro himself, Mr. Keith Grell Griffith, BSS. Corner kick to... Yep, definite corner kick to the Paradise lads there, and ball charge down. In fact, corner kick to RxPro Vintage Masters, sorry, having changed ends. Current score, Paradise Masters 50's edition 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0. Paradise in the yellow strip this evening, RxPro all blue. Having scored the first goal via a penalty kick. This is the Paradise team. They're leading that penalty, coming deep in the first half through the boot of Andrew Gooding. And into the second half we go with RxPro trailing the Paradise team 1-0. As we say, a pleasant evening again to the maestro himself, Keith Grell Griffith.
Well, Paradise have started in very, very good attacking vein. In the second half, they're playing in all yellow, and they went forward very quickly there in the first minute of the second half. Now, they're forced to defend on the left-hand side of midfield. Paradise, 0. And if you wonder where Paradise are from, they're from Dover. 1 minute gone in the second half.
Paradise 1-0 over
Paradise,
RxPro.
sorry,
Yeah,
1-0, yes. I got caught out there. My humble apology. And Vintage, deep inside their own half, looking to get back into the game.
So as we head into the second half, as we say, a good evening, a pleasant evening to all those players that would want to play but can't, and those that are certainly here to play. I see Robin Taylor looking very dapper. Doesn't look as though he's putting on the kit this evening, but we'd want to see him in some gear as well. And at present, 28 minutes, thereabouts on the clock. Blackrock Masters come marching out. They're looking for a victory this evening. A full squad, including Ricardo Cracker-Goddard, we understand, is looking to put on some boots and do some damage as well. Adrian Fly Ford is there. Emerson Webster wearing the big number 4. Oh, they've got a full,
full squad.
A full squad here today, so look out. Carlton-Wanderers, here come Blackrock Masters in the clash of the Blackrock teams. St. Michael, of course. Ball over the touchline. Into about the 20th minute or so, as we would want the final game to start on time as well. So as soon as this one is over, we want the Blackrock Masters and Carlton-Wanderers to be warmed and ready. The light fades quickly heading towards 6 o'clock, and we want to get all your minutes in. As we say, a pleasant evening to Richard Bailey as well, the Blackrock goalkeeper, dressed resplendently, Keith, in his colours. And I'm sure he will have a lot of saves to put down this evening as well. After 29 minutes, Paradise continue to lead RxPro Vintage Masters 1-0 here in the OBL-FIT.
Well, the thing about being a good sportsman look good. And obviously, if you look good, good things will follow you. The goalkeeper looking resplendent as ever. And here at the Empire Ground, a big Blackrock derby, Carlton against Blackrock Masters. The Grandisons are out, both Dick and Anthony Grandison. A sweet midfield player, Dick Grandison. And then, if you're not familiar with his brother, Anthony Grandison, he has scored many, many goals, and both of them will be starting. And one of the best players I've ever coached in Barbados is also out today, Ricardo Cracker Goddard. And there's always lots of conversation if Cracker Goddard is the best defender Barbados have ever had. I would not even say anything about that, but that is always good conversation. Trevor smiling. I know I introduced him, ironically enough, down at Carlton when he was only 16, going 17 years, playing left back for Wales. And since then he has gone on to be an outstanding player. And truly, we are looking forward to some fireworks in the final game of the evening.
So as we pick up that running commentary, with Paradise in possession, they've given it up, I would say rather cheaply, by the not so good control in the centre of the field. RxPro now come charging forward, looking for some right-sided penetration, which isn't really on. And with it, the throw-in goes to the RxPro Vintage Masters on this right-hand side, as they look to put together a couple of passes and make their way into the Paradise box. All to play for here. But of course, psychologically, Paradise already have the advantage in that they've scored first. And as per usual, Keith, tactical wise team would maintain possession of the ball on most occasions now, whether or not they get another chance at the bar. And maintaining possession, keeping RxPro moving around, RxPro will never score because the ball is with Paradise Masters 50s edition.
Well, that is so true. Paradise always well organized, playing with commitment, conviction, and creativity. Hopefully, Vintage will come back into the game. They are playing with lots of aggression and lots of positivity, but they have not been able to get that equalizer as yet. So Paradise again leading by 1-0 as we go forward in the second half with conviction. Paradise 1, Vintage 0.
So 32 on our clocks. Remember, you don't have carry the official time. That is with Gillian Martindale, of course, in the middle this evening. We just try to stay as close as possible to her timing, but it is a 25-minute half, 50 minutes in the match, 45-yard pass over to this right-hand side. Looking for Patrick Barnett, wearing the number 19, coming on as a sub. Instead, it goes to another Englishman in Edwin Gibson. Gibson, a star of the show in the 2022 OBL-FIT back in October and November of last year, where the famous number 5, made famous by Zinedine Zidane, I would think, as the next two teams get themselves fully ready. We'll wait for those team sheets to arrive as well from the, as you can see, Blackrock Masters coming in just about now. And we'll look for the other sheet coming from the Carlton-Wanderers team very shortly. We say a pleasant evening to all these stars. Here comes another star in one of the best brothers as he steps on into the dressing room. Won't identify him because that will say if he's early or late. Won't do that to him. But for sure, both teams now in this very final game between Blackrock Masters and Carlton-Wanderers are looking rather beefed up for this, the last game of the evening. It's a feature game, and therefore you would want all the numbers and all these star players out in their numbers. At present, 34 on the clock, and it is Paradise Masters 50s edition leading 1-0 over RxPro Vintage Masters. A goal scored by Andrew Gooding just around 25 minutes or so from the penalty spot. His first of the season, and hope it won't be his last. 34 on the clock, Keith. And here's RxPro down the left-hand side.
Well, class is class. Paradise at the moment playing mass as they lead by 1-0. Vintage having to fight from behind, but they go forward in numbers again. I can see a number of blue shirts deep inside the Paradise half. But Paradise have won back possession. They've given away a free kick, and this can be the moment in time for the Vintage team. What is going to be interesting in the final few minutes of the game is that if Vintage can get a goal now, Trevor, it will really be a ding-dong battle going into the end of the game.
Well, they go down the left now, Keith. It's Adrian Davis leaving his man for dead and then falling flat on his backside at the same time. And did he win a corner kick for his troubles? It certainly looks that way. So I'm sure he won't be feeling the pain inflicted by the hard surface here at Empire on that far side there, which is not accustomed to being rolled or manicured. And I'm sure he would feel that in the posterior
I like
in
how
the morning.
you dress it up, manicure.
He doesn't have the wherewithal like Mary to take one of those knocks, and therefore I'm sure he's going to feel it in the morning. Ball across the box, but it's a wayward corner kick, and Paradise continue to lead 1-0 over.
Well,
RxPro
what I would
Vintage
say,
Masters.
Trevor, what I would say is that the corner kick lacked finesse and skill. That was a wasteful free kick. You're down 1-0. You need to put the ball across the area and into the box and put Paradise under pressure. But we go forward down the right side with Paradise. They're leading ball down the right side once again. Good defensive work by Vintage. If you're now joining us, Vintage in blue 0. Paradise in all goal, shining brightly. They lead by 1-0.
So you see more players easing on in, and they've got shirt in hand. That suggests it's going to be a Blackrock bomb squad with another one of their key players tuning in and getting ready to set up here at the Empire Club Pavilion Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies. And remember why we say the whole name and the address too, because we're going worldwide on the BIMFC Masters YouTube channel. And if you like what you're seeing, then why not pay us a visit? You can bring your team as well, because here at Empire, they play 3 sports: cricket, lovely cricket, hockey, and of course, fabulous football as well. So whatever the sport, we can cater for you here at the Empire Club, the home of champions. 37 minutes on the clock, Keith. Would you want to call a winner?
I saw the referee calling the players together. Paradise forced to defend as we come into the last few minutes of the game. Lots of excitement building up here. But can Vintage hit a cannon from this distance? We saw Gregory Lalu Goodrich, a top player yesterday, scoring a delightful goal. And when you talk about Goodrich, the first Bajan player to go and play in the Premiership in England, and one must give him kudos for that. Lovely ball down the left side. Good defensive work from Paradise, and they roll forward on the right-hand side of midfield.
So here comes Paradise now, down the right. Well, nice piece of skill in towards Gibson, who will dribble once and give the ball away. He hasn't really warmed up yet, Keith, to this atmosphere. And for RxPro Vintage Masters taking possession of it down the left. They'll cut back in towards their own half. In fact, they've prodded it forward in towards Adrian Davis, who's always a good link man. He understands his role very well. As the ammunition continues to fly here. The ammunition continues to fly. The after party will continue for sure for Blackrock. I can see it from here with 39 on the clock. The score remains Paradise Masters 50s edition 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0. And we're midway through the second half in this, the second game of the evening. Earlier, Keith, Empire Masters 1, MappWest, Highgate Hall 0 in the first encounter. At present, Paradise with the lead, 1-0 over RxPro Vintage Masters.
Well, we wait to see. Good ball coming in, good goalkeeping again. Collected that cleanly. And really, it is not going to be a vintage evening. They're pressing and pushing, but they just cannot get back into the game. Paradise, deep inside their own half. They will roll and come on the right-hand side again. Paradise going forward. Can we see some magic here? No, that's great. Can he finish it off now? Good cover challenge in the end. And Paradise still lead as Vintage, hoping to get that goal to get the equalizer. A good crowd building up all around, Trevor. Surely, as the competition continues, we may even have 500 people here when we get down to the semi-final stage, so to speak.
Yeah, we saw it last year, and we're expecting those crowds to return as well. The man with all that skill just now, Keith, was a man by the name of Ryan Brewster on the right-hand side for Paradise, showing a clean pair of heels up against not one, but two men, but not able to finish off the move. That's the right foot shot coming in. That's over the bar. And the ball last seen headed towards the Carrington residence, just over the wall. As we await that ball, I'm sure it'll come back very shortly with the type of spectators that we have on that far side. 41 headed towards the 50th very soon. And with it, we'd expect that Paradise will certainly want to keep that one goal lead, and RxPro would want to get the equalizer. 41 on the clock, Cleve, with just minutes to go in this, the second game of a triple header.
Well, as we roll down to the bottom of this second game, Paradise still leading by 1-0. Vintage have tried very, very hard to get back into the game, but somehow they just can't get the equalizer. Paradise have always been a very, very good team defensively, even at premiership level and junior level. But Vintage could come up with something special this evening and give them that all-important goal to make it Vintage 1, Paradise 1. But Paradise lead on the evening 1-0.
So as we get comfortable here at the Empire facility, RxPro facing their own goal and needing to spin 180 to go in the opposite direction. In the meantime, they've given up possession to Edwin Gibson on the far side. A little bit of trickery, goes past one man, looks for a foul. Nothing doing, says referee Gillian Martindale. And with it, the RxPro take possession of it with Gibson calling for a substitution. And Paradise bench reacting rather slowly. Wood with the Cruyff turn into the box towards Brewster, but he can't get there to make it two. And the ball cleared away from the danger zone as far as RxPro Vintage Masters are concerned. And they come across the half line now, trying to spread it wide right and execute the counter on the right-hand side. Unsuccessful in the end, though, but they've won themselves a throw-in on this near side. 5 yards from the half line. As the throw-in goes over to the very speedy Jim Bailey down the right. He's moved so quickly, Keith, it tickled his left ankle, and he had to press the reset button to go all the way back to start the play all over again.
It is quite noticeable, Trevor, from the first game. The team who scores first seem to be capable of holding on. And no matter how Vintage probe and search, they just can't get the equalizer. Paradise very, very confident, very composed, and must say that based on what I've seen this evening, so far they've been the better team, and one would expect that they will just about hang on. Exactly how many minutes left on the clock?
Looking like about 5 or so.
5 minutes.
5 and a piece.
Yeah, plus time added on for stoppages. Paradise lead by 1-0.
So here's Andrew Gooding, deep in his own half, spreading it wide. The Topo executed. Richard Wood off the mark first, but he's gone too quickly. And we're just about 5 or so minutes left in this one. Then Paradise look as though they're sailing via that yellow submarine all the way into 3 points this evening, unless RxPro Vintage Masters can pull something out of the bye and get the equalizer.
Well, I rate Andrew Gooden one of the best players out of St. Philip. He was always magical, good creativity in midfield. And even at this level of football, you can see that he has that shining light in him. He can pass the ball very, very well. Has a good shot from outside the area. And truly and surely and truly, he is still showing good form playing in the Masters tournament.
So Vintage down the right. Throwing, taken by Jim Bailey very quickly. As the Vintage try to prod on the ball through Adrian Davis. He's fouled in the process. And up steps Larry Allen, wearing the number 7 for RxPro Vintage Masters, to give us the restart. 40 yards out on the right-hand side. Allen, the former Barbados Central defender, and perhaps in his earlier days a midfielder as well, very skillful, will restart on 47 minutes.
One of the wonderful things this evening when I watched them go out to warm up is that last week BlackRock Masters started with 7 players, but here the shot comes in, and in the end, good defensive work. But back to the BlackRock Masters team. Last week they only had 7 to start, then they gone to 8. But then at halftime, Purdy, the goalkeeper, got injured, and they could not continue. Today they have a full squad, Trevor, and they're hoping to see the BlackRock Masters team up against a very strong Carlton team, and I anticipate that we can get about 3 or 4 goals in that game.
So as the vendors continue to ply their trade on a Sunday afternoon, Carlton-Wanderers and BlackRock Masters are preparing to bring the curtain down on this, the final game of a triple header here at Bank Hall. Ball down the Paradise right, and that's a wayward pass. Out will come the RxPro Vintage Masters goalkeeper, Howard Griffith, to be precise. And the play restarted as Paradise now take possession of it on the far right. They've given up possession, however, chance for RxPro to perhaps get something of their own as well.
Well, Trevor, we're down to the end of the game now for sure. And Paradise is going to hold on, I believe. They're strong on defense. But here we go. Last opportunity for Vintage to get the equalizer. And one must say that Paradise all-round ability, very, very, very efficient and effective. Score, hang on, hold on, tighten up the defense, and you will get 3 points. We saw in the earlier game where Haggard Hall struggled to come back into the game after Empire had scored, and now we are seeing the same format where Paradise scored, and Vintage, try as they might, so far have not been able to get the equalizer.
And there you have it, Keith. The final 3 bellows of the whistle from referee Gillian Martindale, the top Caribbean official that she is. Handshakes all around. But of course, the classified result is very important. As we say, good evening to Armando McLeod, the Jamaican that plays for Empire Premier League team as well. He's disguised in that hat, but I can see you from here, sir. The Jamaican with lots of skill in the Premier League, Keith, but and Empire doing very well at this point in time in the BFA Premier League at that. As we wish the senior men's national team good luck on their trip to Grenada for a couple of friendly internationals as well. It gives the likes of Glenroy Gibson, alias Duke, and a couple of the other guys a little bit of a rest, hopefully, from the turf. And 1 or 2 of them are here this evening with a beverage or 2, having a good time. And with that, we get ready for the final game of the evening, which brings together Blackrock Masters coming up against Carlton-Wanderers in the Thriller at 5. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes' time as we go to those advertisements, compliments of our sponsors.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT would like to thank our sponsors: Atlantis Submarine Barbados Inc., Banks Breweries, Barbados Police Service, and the Ministry of Transport, Works and Water, Barbados Football Association BFA, Barbados Football Referees Association, Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association BHTA, Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., BTMI, Bell Imagery Productions, Commentators Sports Incorporated CSI, and the CSI Stream Team, Cooperators General Insurance, Dock Photography, Dover Beach Hotel, Duracell Batteries, the Board of Management of the Empire Club, the Mighty Blues, Ayers Meat Shop, Freaks Customs, Heineken Zero, Hot 95.3 FM, Infinity on the Beach Hotel, Intimate Hotels of Barbados, Jara and Consultants Inc., Otis Williams and Mike Seals, Cheers to Life Catamaran Cruise, Legendary Fish Cakes, Pavilion Road, Bankhall St. Michael, Making Moves, Massey Distribution Inc., Palm Beach Hotel, Results Auto Shop, Riverino Media, Rochcore Enterprises, Ross Travel Hotel, Rumstock, Old Town, Sandals Resort and Sandals Royale, Scotty's Car Rentals, the A-Team of Curtis Hines and Paul Mears, the Sweet Vibes Radio Show with DJ King Bling and top selector DJ Black Spider, Terry's Food Truck Worthing Square, Tourism Development Corporation TDC, and Trophy World, of course. Thanks to you, all of our BIMFC OBL-FIT staff, Empire staff and members, as well as all of the residents around the Empire Club venue. So until next year, yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSA. Services, excavators, mini, mid and full size, bobcat, roller, brush cut services, light crane truck, dump truck, heavy equipment transport, supplies, cement, sand, stone, marl, topsoil, soil mix, offload or bag, rentals, aquaprops, scaffold, plywood, generators, hill-tee, wheelbarrows, crate compactors and concrete mixers. Telephone 246-424-8529. Mobile 246-230-2219. Fax 246-425-2322. Email cctrucking@caribsurf.com. CNC Trucking and Equipment Rentals Limited, Jackson St. Michael, 246-424-8529. We aim to please. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of the best, local and overseas veterans footballers. Ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping, football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
So we're live and in living colour for the final game of the evening. This one brings together the sky blue of BlackRock Masters, white shorts, white socks, coming up against the white jerseys, black shorts, and I make it mostly white socks of Carlton-Wanderers combined to form the 50's team here in the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT. As we say, good evening to the chairman of BIMFC and the OBL-FIT, Mr. Melvin Ibo Oxley, I believe in Los Angeles, California, locked and loaded to the live coverage. Good evening to you, Mr. Chairman, and to all the BIMFC and OBL-FIT staff as well, and the Empire facility staff here at Pavilion Road, Bank St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSI, alongside me, Keith Griffith. The Grell is his nickname, and his full title, Keith Grell Griffith OBE. And we say a pleasant evening, Keith, and a crackerjacker of a game we have here between BlackRock Masters and Carlton-Wanderers at 5.
Well, like I said earlier, this is a local BlackRock derby. Carlton and BlackRock Masters, lots of former national players on either side, and creativity beyond its debate, some knocking here, titter and yawn, as we roll over with BlackRock Masters in blue, Carlton in white. 0-0 the scoreline. We are not even a minute into the game as yet.
Definitely not, but we certainly can give you the starting 11s for you, as we will always do at CSI. I always pride myself, Keith, on bringing up my youngsters that I'm training to take over our spots one day, that whenever they set up the game, they must set it up with the starting 11s in position and not call them in alphabetical order. Because the spectator that knows football wants to know what position these players are playing in. That's Ricardo Cracker Goddard, for the first time in the 50's, wearing the number 9 shirt, and he's wearing the number 5 shirt like Zidane, and we're expecting a lot from him this evening and on plenty other evenings. He's the coach, or one of the coaches of one of the leading teams in the Premier League. That's the UWI Blackbirds team. He's training those youngsters in a very nice way, but he does have some strong words for them sometimes. Only about a week ago, they were embroiled in a 3-0. They were trying to get back into a game after being down 3-0. I believe it was St. Andrew Lions. Cracker had a few words, and the game ended 3 apiece, if you please. So that's the kind of man that it is. Instructions galore, and of course, he wants you to execute on the night of play.
Well, at the moment, it's all about Blackrock Masters. They're pro forward on the left-hand side. They believe that will be spread wide. Yes, they has done that. The ball is on Goddard's favorite left foot. He has scored many goals with that left foot. Good turn. Ball comes across the area. Chance for the Masters. Good save. Lovely football from Blackrock Masters. They came down the left. Ball was played across the area. Shot came in. Brilliant goalkeeping from the Carlton custodian. And in the end, Blackrock Masters will have to try again.
So that was Ferdinand Sandiford with the swivel and turn there, Keith, after some brilliant work from Ricardo Cracker Goddard down the left. He released Richard Hood, who took his man and moved past him on a dime. And here's Goddard again on the left-hand side. You know he's going to favour that left foot a whole lot. Plays to Ricky Best. Over to Hood wearing the 10. Back to Best again wearing 9 this evening. In those little checkered socks he's wearing. Best goes past one. He'll look now to probably down the left-hand side. There's David Yearwood, alias Blades, as they used to call him. And you know why they call him Blades, of course, Keith. He's accustomed tackling, very strong. Not sure if he'll carry that characteristic into the 50s, of which tomorrow morning he'll probably be very sore if he does. But we don't like to see those sliding tackles, and the referees will be instructed, of course, to cut out those sliding tackles for these 50-year-olds, because they just would not recover in time, and therefore we want to outlaw that sliding tackle as much as we can as the game continues here. 4 minutes on the clock. Blackrock Masters 0, Carlton-Wanderers 0.
I'm certain that Cracker Goddard is going to go over to bend that ball with his left foot. He's going to the corner flag. Blackrock Masters looking very, very, very positive at the moment. And like I told you, I know Goddard would be going over there. That is the way he is. He loves to know that he's always involved. And he's going to be an in-swinging corner with his left foot. And like I said, I introduced him to Wales when he was 16, 17 at Carlton. And he went on to be an outstanding Barbados player. Here he is now. Cuts the ball across the area. The heads go up. And in the end, danger averted by Carlton. The whistle is gone. No, I thought that was the whistle. But here we go again with Blackrock Masters. It is not like last week when they only had 7 men. They're going forward again in numbers. Can they get the shot in? They twist, they turn. The ball will come in. Played wide again to Goddard. He will bend it with his left foot. Shot will not be taken. And in the end, Carlton lucky to survive. Blackrock Masters 0, Carlton 0.
So as Blackrock maintain possession, this time finding Tony Granderson on this left-hand side. He finds Adrian Floy Ford at right back for some particular reason. Not sure why he's so deep, but Ford has taken up the right back position. I believe it's because Emerson Webster stepped out of position. So Ford, with his intelligence, slid into the right back position to cover for him at this particular stage. 6 minutes on the clock.
Well, Fly Ford has always been a prolific goal scorer.
Because that is exactly where the next set of promising Premier League teams will come from, and the competition down there is keen as could be, Keith, the Division 1 of the BFA Premier League when that gets going.
That is so true. At the moment, though, it looks like BlackRock Masters looking to get a goal. Carlton defending in numbers. Ball runs into touch, and it will be a corner kick. To BlackRock Masters, this is about the fourth corner kick they've won. Goddard walking casually across. He would want to dip it and bend it and hopefully get that opening goal for his team. But Carlton will continue to be resolute and positive at the back. So we wait to see what would happen from the corner on the left-hand side.
So here's Goddard with the trusted number 5, made popular by Zidane. This one curling outside and not making his way back in. Apologies to all of his teammates as he gets his bearings here on at Empire again. That one needed a bit more curl, Cracker Goddard, in order for that to make its way onto the head. But I'm sure the next one he'll get on target. 17 on our clocks here as we're deep in the first half of play.
And it's going to be very dark for the second half for sure, just like yesterday evening. So that is something that is going to be very interesting. Who can see the ball the better of the two teams in the dark? BlackRock Masters 0, Carlton 0.
Pleasant evening to all the fine young ladies that have made their way into the facility as well. We welcome you on behalf of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Oh! BlackRock with the quick fire shot on this occasion, Keith. Paul Skinner on 18 minutes makes it BlackRock Masters 1.
But it's ironic that before the game began,
Keith on just about 18 minutes.
Let me congratulate him because just before the game he stopped right in front of me and he said, "Coach, I am going to show you some skill today." And now he has scored. Is this his first goal he's ever scored for BlackRock Masters?
Yeah, in this tournament, for sure.
In this tournament. And he will speak about that from now till 2030, for sure. A lovely shot, running away from the keeper. BlackRock Masters lead on the evening by 1-0.
So Skinner shows that he's good enough to come from the bench and hit the back of the nets. I believe he replaced Ferdinand Sandiford in the substitution there, but a good move made by the BlackRock administrators there on the side, management and coach, to bring Skinner in on the stroke of just about 16 or so minutes. He had a little bit of time to warm up, but his very first touch, a brilliant 18-yard grass cutter, basically stayed low and made its way into the back of the nets. BlackRock Masters lead 1-0 over Carlton-Wanderers after 19 minutes.
Well, he told me he has a lot of skill, and to make sure that when he does good things to hail him up, and that is a brilliantly taken goal from way outside the area. He didn't bend it like Beckham, but he bent it into the corner, and BlackRock Masters, who could not get it going last week, are leading on the evening by 1-0. 20 minutes gone, BlackRock Masters 1, Carlton 0.
So the stats will show that Carlton gave up the match easily to Paradise Masters 50s edition last week, and Paradise walked away with those 3 points. So therefore, Carlton-Wanderers going to be seated at the bottom of the table if we don't do something about it now. And of course, Paradise going on to take a victory this evening as well to create havoc at the top of the table as they go charging forward. Blackrock, however, as you said, Keith, earlier, were beaten 2-0 by Wildy Royalty, sir, by 2 goals from Michael Harewood, with goals on 25 and 31 minutes in that match. 2 right foot finishes, Keith, from just about 6 yards. But here this evening, as we head towards half-time here at the Empire facility, the Empire Club, Pavilion Road, Bankhurst and Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean, it is the Blackrock Masters, the sky blue of Blackrock Masters 1. The white jerseys of Carlton-Wanderers 0 after 21.
Based on what we have seen so far, I believe that Carlton would need to get some fresh legs on the pitch, because Blackrock Masters has dominated the game throughout from the very, very beginning. And now that they've taken the lead, I believe that they will go on to maintain that lead to halftime, and Carlton will have to look to bring on some new players, get them refreshed and get them running stronger, because Blackrock Masters going forward again through the gap. Chance here for goal number 2. Good cover challenge, and in the end, danger averted. Carlton 0, Blackrock Masters 1.
So the number 7, synonymous with good players, Keith, and of course, Paul Skinner, donning the number 7 jersey this evening, and showing that 7 really means something in world football as well, as he put on his favorite number and hit the back of the nets after just about 18 minutes. Blackrock Masters 1, Carlton-Wanderers 0, as we head towards that half-time whistle.
Well, actually, last week he played at defense, or in defense. Now he's in the midfield like a midfield general. Oh, a lovely pass with his left foot, spreading it here, titter and yawn. Blackrock Masters leading by 1-0, and very, very impressive in the first half.
So as Adrian A.A. Davis goes marching past, we say a pleasant evening to you, sir. Thank you very much for the entertainment this evening. And good luck in your next game as well. Heading towards the half-time whistle here this evening as we round up those results. Empire Masters 1, MappWest Haggett Hall 0, a goal scored by Rodney Barker on 43 minutes. Paradise Masters 50th edition 1, RxPro Vintage Masters 0, Andrew Gooding from the penalty spot on around 25 or so minutes.
Cracker with a sweeping ball down the left side. He's not happy. If there's one thing I can tell you, that Ricardo Cracker Goddard will always be waving his hand. That is his trademark for years. He played the ball across the area, no one there on the end of it, and you could see him remonstrating, and I'm wondering why someone wasn't there. Good open game. Carlton mostly on the defensive. Blackrock Masters looking to take that Blackrock title, and here we go down the right side. Blackrock Masters leading by 1-0 in the evening, and that's a handball, so it will be a free kick.
Yeah, good skills from Adrian. Anthony Allen, sorry, coming up from a defensive centre-back position to win his team that free kick for the handball. And jogging across is Ricardo Cracker Goddard to float this 40-yarder.
Well, that is one thing you can put your money on. Free kicks and corner kicks belong to Goddard. That is for sure.
So he will put the left foot through this far side. Up goes Curtly Greenwich and Adrian Ford. Seem to have lost where the ball had actually gone, but it falls to Greenwich in towards Emerson Webster, who has 2 bites at the cherry. And back to Adrian Ford again. Surveys and goes over to the right-hand side. Left foot. Assist by Goddard over to Hood on the far side. Floats one far post. Overcomes the left foot shot this time of goal scorer Paul Skinner. But this time, Keith, he didn't have the pace and power.
Where he has been in this game right through, and he's running full of energy. He swept his left foot at it, but missed it. and he will have to try again. But here we go again with flight forward. He has been the dominant man in midfield for the Blackrock Masters. He's weaving a web around the Carlton players at the moment. Carlton 0, Blackrock Masters 1.
So Blackrock clearing their lines. Referee Corey Lewis taking a look at his watch, not once, but twice and 3 times again. Suspect he's going to put that whistle to mouth and give us the half-time whistle. Bang on. Both CSI clocks and referee Corey Lewis on the same page. Half-time here at the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament put on by the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Committee. And at half-time, it is Blackrock Masters 1, Carlton-Wanderers 0. Goal scored by Paul Skinner on 18 minutes, his first of the season. And with it, the half-time break, Keith, they'll go for refreshments and come back.
For the second half. Keith?
members, as well as all of the residents around the Empire Club venue. So until next year, yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSA, is OUT out. Gone in 60 seconds.
And we're back to the live action here in the 2023 BIMFC's All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, OBL-FIT. Good evening once more to Keith Griffith as he gets himself set and ready in his commentator's chair. A pleasant evening to the men at the controls of the stream this evening, Jerry, and of course Alan on the first floor controlling those cameras and giving us crystal clear coverage from the CSA, that's the Commentator Sports Incorporated stream team. As we head into the second half, a quick refresher. It was Paul Skinner on 18 minutes, making it Blackrock Masters 1, Carlton-Wanderers 0, with a 18-yard screamer all along the surface with goalkeeper Charles King no chance to finish. And Blackrock continued to lead here into the second half we go. As you said, good evening to Keith Griffith and the live color commentary. Keith.
Well, yes, one anticipates that Crocker Goddard and his squad will go forward in earnesty and with purposefulness to try to get a second goal. Carlton, on the other hand, would want to defend very strongly and come back out trying to get that equalizer. So we wait to see what will transpire. Carlton 0, Blackrock Masters 1.
So a quick reminder as well, Blackrock Masters in the sky blue, like Man City, Keith. And the Carlton Wanderers in the white jerseys, black shorts and white socks. And I believe they have another set of gear that they will be changing into perhaps next week. Fully kitted out by then, I hope, and ready to face the BIMFC Masters YouTube channel cameras as well, as they're in possession now with a chance to fire one into the back of the net. Instead, they've
possession momentarily as they go all the way back to their wing back position, and with 29 minutes on the clock, it is the Blackrock Masters who won the league.
Beach Football Division tournament here. Your choice on Sunday. We're back here next weekend, I believe, for 4 in the OBL-FIT. And we'll be reminding you of the social media handles you can go to in order to see all of it. So good, we say everything that gets from Austin all the way in the United States. Rock and roll to the coverage. We have the stuff
continues with his clinical finishing, and it would be remiss of us, Trevor, if he didn't hail up those persons in America. They complimented us last week and said that the commentary was excellent, and we hope that in time to come, we will have some more teams coming out of the United States of America. Blessings, guys and ladies. 2-0 to BlackRock Masters in this local derby. BlackRock Masters lead on the late evening by 2-0.
So here's the restart. Into the 41st. Headed for the 42nd minute. Remember, it's 50 on the clock to when we'll bid you a farewell, but at present, Carlton-Wanderers were in possession. They've given it up as the BlackRock Masters come charging forward just past the halfway line. The BlackRock at right back, able to, Carlton-Wanderers at right back, able to weather the storm and maintain possession with Heinrich Funk. Ball down the inside right channel, no real runners. And it's easy as you like, easy as a Sunday afternoon stroll for goalkeeper Richard Bailey to prod it out of his defense and find Adrian Ford, who in turn turns to his left to find Ryan Hood. Hood cuts back on the left foot to turn right and give up possession on 42 minutes, Keith.
2-0 the scoreline as we wind the clock down. How many minutes remaining?
Just about 8 or so, Keith, in this
8.5 minutes remaining on the clock officially, plus time added on for stoppages. BlackRock Masters will be looking to score again. Carlton, for the first time in the game, taking the shot, always going wide. They will have to wait. We even come again next weekend. Carlton 0, BlackRock Masters 2.
So they're the Carlton team.
Is this Paul Skinner right in front of us here?
With Joseph on that point in time.
Skinner's there as well. He's having a wonderful evening. And you know, when he begins to speak, you have to listen. So he's having a really good time here at the Empire Ground. Leading ball chance for Carlton. They don't have enough pace up in front. And in the end, good cover challenge. And BlackRock Masters leading comfortably by 2-0.
So in the play before that one, Keith, Charles Joseph with the right foot attempt didn't have the pace and power to beat the keeper, but we're seeing Joseph coming into his own more often now in the second half. We saw him in the first half, now stretching the legs, but Joseph wearing the 18 for Carlton-Wanderers there, very distinctive because he's wearing a red shorts this evening.
Is that Anthony Allen playing in number 9 for BlackRock Masters at the back?
Allen, I believe, is wearing I think he's wearing a number 2 this evening.
Oh, yeah. From here, look, it's like, yeah, but he's playing centre back. He's had a very good game, reading the game excellently, and in the end, BlackRock Masters 2, Carlton 0 as we come down into the last few minutes of the game. To all the fans who have come out, let us wish them well and safe journeys back home. God's blessing. And for all of those guys who have come over and the ladies and say good evening, thank you very much. It's a blessing to be here with you. And with God's guidance and blessings, I will continue to assist with Masters football. At the moment though, Carlton 0, BlackRock Masters 2.
So as the sun sets here at the Empire facility, we want to say a pleasant evening to one and all. Also, within our shout-outs, we want to congratulate the Empire Premier League team, starting to climb the table nicely. And we're expecting big things from them. But as you know, Keith, they're going to need to press on in a great way in order to succeed where yours truly did in putting your hands on the Premier League title is a different matter.
Well, that is a fact. What I would want to say to the players and the fans, the key word from I to you would be discipline.
Discipline.
Always be disciplined,
Always
no matter what you do in life, and all good things will come to you. Be patient. Everything will not work out at the beginning sometimes, but you have to hang in there and be strong. So remember, the word from Coach Griffith to the fans and the players, be disciplined. At the moment, Carlton, even though they're down, they're trying their best to get back into the game, but BlackRock Masters, well organized, very disciplined, and they lead by 2-0.
So, with that being the case, someone has WhatsApped in and says, so, if you know so much about football, what have Empire done lately? So I will answer that fan by saying, well, in their first matchup in the BFA Premier League,
well, maybe Trevor, this could be Empire's year, you never know.
they were beaten by British Hill 1-0.
That is so
They
true.
then bounced back with a 3-2 victory over St Andrew Lions. And the next game was a 3-1 victory over Wharton FC. And the one after that was a victory against the BDF Sports Program.
Well,
3
that is,
victories on the trot, 9 points, and right up the table as well. So
Well, that is good because in England, if you remember, Newcastle have not won a cup. And now they're in the Carabao Cup final against Man U, who are in tremendous form. Marcus Rashford making everyone proud. He has scored goal after goal, and he scored again today. They are playing supreme football. Here's Carlton trying to get through the gap, but in the end, good defensive work. BlackRock Masters with that man Skinner, lovely pass from Skinner. I have to make sure that I tell him well done, because if I don't, he will find my house just to tell me, Coach, did you see that goal?
you know how that goes with Skinner. He's a mouthful and a half, especially if he scores a goal. Heading toward that 50th minute, but more like 48 at this point in time. And we'll get those 2 minutes in before it really goes dark here at the Empire facility. To the teams, remain disciplined, as Keith said, and punctuality is key in this particular tournament as well. We like to kick off on time because we do know we have a willing and waiting audience on the YouTube channel, waiting every weekend to see Masters football, the quality, the organizational level, because obviously what you're reflecting is necessarily the local game. The international game will have a bit of that in it. Ball into the box here now. This is Joseph. Will show a bit of skill. Cuts it across the box here. Chance for to shoot. Oh! Over the crossbar.
He has made a difference there coming on in that black shorts because he's feel of running, moving very, very, very quickly. And the interchanging of movement was excellent. His shot just misdirected, going over the crossbar. And how many minutes left, Trevor?
Just about a minute and a piece, Keith. A minute and a piece in this one. Can BlackRock Masters get their first victory this evening? It certainly looks that way from here. If that one had gone into the back of the nets, though, it'd be really, the next 60 seconds would have been the helter-skelter that we're looking for. And as we said, thank you to the Almighty for allowing us to be here. We want to bring us back here next week again. Have a fabulous week this week, Keith, as well, and all the fans. But with just about a minute and some to go, goalkeeper Richard Bailey limping quite a bit on that right foot, Keith, and it suggests that there will be a change of goalkeepers.
This time of the game?
Sylvan Jones goes into the bar, I believe. In fact,
or the goalkeeper has injured his leg.
Yeah, that's Bailey.
Yes.
So he's off. Jones in, and that's the substitution in the final minute of the game. So BlackRock will need to survive with Jones, who's quite competent in the bar. He does goalkeep quite a bit as well, and therefore they'll need to tie up, sort this back four, along with a couple of central defenders to stop the Carlton-Wanderers from rampaging and getting 2 goals in 60 seconds, Keith.
Well, what is ironic that last week our BlackRock Masters goalkeeper Purdy got injured down this side, and he is on the sideline this evening. But nothing looked a problem for the BlackRock Masters, but in the end, the goalkeeper has to be changed.
Here because we are commentators, so we love to see all of them out on the field of play. And if they play well enough, then you'll get their points, your deserved points as well. More shout-outs, Keith, more hail-ups as well. Final seconds of this matchup. At present, BlackRock Masters with a 2-0 lead over Carlton-Wanderers in the thriller.
Well, we are really down to the wire now. BlackRock Masters leading by 2-0. The fans are having a rocking time, and surely they will not give up the lead here as we come into the closing stages. It has been another wonderful evening here at the Empire Ground. And Trevor, I would want to say thank you again for inviting me out. It has been a blessing and a pleasure to be here among the fans and the ex-players that I've worked with. Travel safely when we leave. Here we go now with BlackRock Masters looking for goal number 3. But in the end, Carlton has survived.
So into the 51st, time added on for stoppages. That is the final whistle in this, the final game of the evening, Keith. So a quick roundup from yours truly, Trevor Thorne from CSI. We'll show that on Saturday evening, exactly, Unified Masters went down 1-0 against Trent's Masters. A goal scored by Luther Watson on 20 minutes. In the second encounter, Wildy Rorty to Winston Enterprises BLM Masters 1. Goals from Dave Williams on 31 and Gregory Lalo Goodrich, the ex-professional, on 41 minutes, with Winston Enterprises BLM Masters scoring their consolation on 21 minutes. A goal scored by Wesley Allen. On Sunday's matchup, the 3 p.m. match, threw up Empire Masters 1, MappWest Highgate Hall 0. Goal scored by Rodney Barker on 43 minutes. In the second encounter, Paradise Masters 50's edition 1, Andrew Goodin with a 25th minute penalty kick, his first of the season. RxPro Vintage Masters 0. And in the final game, BlackRock Masters blanking Carlton-Wanderers 2-0, with goals from Paul Skinner on 18 minutes and an Adrian Ford penalty kick.
Send it right back to Jerry and Alan with the album.
So they have been on an interesting evening, and in the end, BlackRock Masters, the better team of BlackRock Masters players, he has come to tell me good evening. He's a very good friend, a special friend. Mr. Pierce Anderson, the minister splendid with them. He wasn't playing today, but I'm certain that he's happy. And he's wearing a Manchester United shirt like those days. So on an evening of good football, BlackRock Masters 2, Carlton game. Carlton will have to come in. Lessons and travel safely. And we listen to me again. Everything compliment the referees and referees assistants on the job well done.
So good job from one and all. We wrap it up this evening.
Next weekend, remember to go to the YouTube channel at BIMFC Masters, like and subscribe, and that lets you know exactly when we come on air. Six on Facebook. BIMFC and OBL-FIT crew. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. That's CSI with the final words of this evening.
Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BIMFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers. Ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping. us on Instagram at BIMFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BIMFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Mayor Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BIMFC and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament OBL-FIT for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles. Visit a rental. Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246